Have you ever wondered whether true mastery comes from observing the world or discipline in the mind? Is wisdom found in exploring the universe, uncovering its secrets, or in cultivating self-control, virtue, and resilience? Imagine a clash of extraordinary minds. Scientific inquiry confronting Stoic discipline. Discovery versus moral mastery. Stay until the end. Subscribe now and witness the debate. Galileo Galilei, the pioneer of observation who transformed our understanding of the cosmos, versus Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who taught that the greatest knowledge lies in mastering oneself.
Epictetus, you teach that mastery comes from discipline, that the greatest knowledge lies within, and that virtue governs life. I do not dismiss the value of such wisdom. Yet I argue that observation, the careful, persistent study of the world around us, is the path to true understanding. To see clearly, to measure, to question what appears obvious. This is how we uncover the truths of nature and of existence. When I turned the telescope to the heavens, I did not merely gaze in wonder. I measured, calculated, and challenged assumptions long held by tradition. The movement of celestial bodies, the phases of Venus, the moons of Jupiter, these were not revealed through introspection alone, but through meticulous observation and experimentation. Knowledge arises from engagement with the world, from letting evidence speak, rather than from sitting silently in moral reflection. You may argue that the mind is the universe's compass, but without observation, the mind remains blind. Reason without evidence risks illusion. Discipline alone cannot reveal the laws that govern motion, gravity, or the heavens. To understand the world is to test, to explore, to challenge prevailing notions. Courage is required not only to master oneself but to confront the unknown, to question authority, and to endure opposition from those who cling to untested dogma. I faced the Inquisition not because I sought conflict, but because truth, once discovered, cannot be hidden. Observation demands courage as well as rigor. To look, to measure, and to assert the findings of reason against tradition is both a moral and intellectual act. Discipline, yes, guides the mind and refines thought, but it must be paired with curiosity, engagement, and the relentless pursuit of evidence. The universe is vast, and our time is finite. If we confine ourselves solely to internal mastery without reaching outward to observe and understand, we risk missing the wonders and laws that shape all life. Knowledge gained through observation informs virtue, guides action, and illuminates reality beyond the self. Epictetus, self-mastery protects the soul, but observation frees it. It allows humanity to see beyond fear, beyond assumption, beyond untested belief. In discovering the principles of nature, we exercise reason in its most profound form, revealing patterns and truths that discipline alone could never uncover. I am Galileo Galilei, and I argue that to truly understand life and the cosmos, one must observe relentlessly, measure carefully, and let evidence guide thought, not merely the discipline of internal reflection.
Galileo, your devotion to observation, measurement, and discovery is admirable. The heavens, the planets, the laws of motion, all are worthy of our attention and study. Yet I ask, what profit is knowledge if the mind is not disciplined, if the soul is enslaved by desire, fear, or misjudgment? Observation without mastery can illuminate the world, but leave a man blind to what truly matters. You have revealed the mechanics of the cosmos, challenged assumptions, and expanded humanity's understanding. But consider the human soul, the life lived under fortune's whims, the desires that drive men to error. To navigate life successfully, one must cultivate self-discipline, moral clarity, and resilience. Knowledge alone cannot protect from suffering, from impulsive decisions, or from inner turmoil. You claim that the mind requires evidence from the world to be guided. I say the mind requires governance from reason. A disciplined mind can observe with clarity, act with justice, and endure adversity. Without discipline, even the wisest observation may be misapplied. A man may know the motion of planets, yet fail to master his anger, his fear, or his attachments. Observation without virtue is like a lamp left in the wind. Its light may shine, but it cannot withstand the storm. Courage, you suggest, is needed to confront opposition, to challenge assumptions, to pursue evidence. I agree, but courage without discipline risks recklessness. The Stoic trains the soul so that all action is measured, all judgment is sound, and all fear is tempered. This internal mastery allows one not only to understand the world, but to act rightly within it. Knowledge without discipline is powerless when confronted by misfortune, temptation, or the inevitable hardships of life. The cosmos may reveal its secrets to the patient observer, but the human soul reveals its truths only to the disciplined, reflective mind. Observation expands understanding. Discipline ensures wisdom guides that understanding. One discovers the universe, the other discovers life. Both are necessary, but without mastery, discovery can mislead, distract, or even harm. Galileo, your telescope opens eyes to the stars, but it cannot safeguard the mind from error, nor the soul from passion. Discipline teaches that true freedom comes not merely from seeing, but from governing oneself, so that what is seen may inform life wisely, without enslaving the spirit. I am Epictetus, and I argue that while observation unveils the world, it is discipline and self-mastery that allow humanity to live rightly within it.
Epictetus, I respect your insistence on self-mastery and discipline, and I acknowledge their value in guiding action and protecting the soul. Yet I must insist, without observation, without engaging with the world, discipline risks becoming mere rigidity, a blind adherence to principle. The universe is vast, filled with phenomena that demand curiosity, measurement, and bold inquiry. To ignore it is to limit the mind, no matter how disciplined it may be. Discipline may shield a man from impulses, but observation empowers him to expand horizons, to challenge assumptions, and to uncover truths previously unseen. I have faced opposition, accusations, and imprisonment for following evidence where it led. Courage, discipline, and mastery of the self were vital, but they alone would have achieved nothing without the relentless pursuit of observation. You argue that the soul must be governed to live rightly. I agree, but I contend that without engaging the external world, mastery remains incomplete. Observation informs virtue. By studying the heavens, by measuring nature, we learn humility, patience, and the laws that govern all life. The disciplined mind gains depth from what is seen, tested, and verified. Curiosity without discipline risks chaos. Discipline without curiosity risks stagnation. Only together can they produce enduring wisdom. Consider this: if one masters oneself but never observes, the world remains unknown, opportunity unseen, progress stifled. Observation reveals patterns, sparks innovation, and expands understanding far beyond internal reflection. Discipline ensures that discoveries are applied wisely, but the spark of knowledge comes first from careful attention to the world. Epictetus, self-mastery is noble, but observation is liberation. It allows humanity to see beyond assumptions, beyond fear, and beyond ignorance. Without it, even the most disciplined mind may be blind.
Galileo, your pursuit of discovery is admirable, and the universe indeed holds endless secrets. Yet I insist, without discipline, the mind risks being overwhelmed by what it observes. Knowledge untempered by self-mastery can mislead, inflame desire, or breed arrogance. Observation is powerful, but only when guided by the rules of reason and virtue. You speak of engagement with the world and uncovering truths, but what are the truths within the self? A man may understand the cosmos yet remain enslaved by anger, fear, or greed. Discipline is not rigidity. It is freedom from being driven by impulse. It allows knowledge to be applied correctly, ensuring that discovery does not corrupt or misguide. Curiosity alone does not lead to wisdom. It must be paired with the governance of the soul. A disciplined mind sees clearly, judges rightly, and acts justly, whether in the observatory or in life's trials. Observation expands vision, but discipline ensures that vision produces virtue. The cosmos may reveal marvels, but only self-mastery ensures that a man lives well in response to them. Galileo, I do not deny the power of inquiry. I honor the telescope, the experiments, the daring to challenge tradition. Yet even the greatest discoveries are meaningless if the soul is unruly. True wisdom is not only in knowing, but in living rightly according to reason, regardless of fortune or knowledge gained. Observation may illuminate the world, but discipline illuminates life. One without the other is incomplete. Mastery of the self transforms knowledge into wisdom, curiosity into understanding, and discovery into a life lived rightly.
Subscribe now and comment below. Who do you think won this debate of principles? Tonight, we witness Galileo Galilei, the relentless observer who expanded humanity's understanding through careful measurement and inquiry, versus Epictetus, the Stoic philosopher who taught that true wisdom comes from discipline, self-mastery, and rational living. Observation unveils a universe, but discipline governs a soul. One seeks understanding in the cosmos, the other in the mastery of life. Reflect, compare, and decide. Which path inspires your own journey?